Guten Tag und herzlich willkommen auf meinem YouTube-Kanal. Don't forget to like and subscribe at the end and to watch it right the whole way through. Anyone who watches it right through will get an extra 2 phrases, something that would be very handy for you. Today we're continuing on the story of politeness, Höflichkeit. And last time we learned about Danke und Dankeschön. Heute werden wir über Please and You're Welcome lernen. Wie sagt man Please auf Deutsch? How do you say Please in German? Bitte. 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 Ja, bitte. Yes, please. Ja, bitte. Yes, please. Nein, danke. No, thanks. Ja, bitte. Yes, please. So bitte means please, coming from the verb bitten, to ask. Bitte is a very useful word. For example, if you don't understand somebody, you can say, with a questioning tone in your voice, you can say, bitte. Bitte. Or you can say, wie bitte. Now we met wie before in wie heißt du. So, wie bitte. Wie bitte. If you didn't understand something, you could say, wie bitte. Or bitte. We go through it again. Bitte. Ja, bitte. Bitte. Wie bitte. For example, if somebody wanted you to go ahead in front of them, at a door, for example, you could say, bitte. Put your hand out, bitte. Or if you're being extra polite, you could say the same, bitte. We're moving on a bit from bitte. Bitte schön can mean you're very welcome. We met schön before in danke schön. Now say, for example, you said danke schön. Somebody else could reply to you, bitte schön. You're very welcome. Danke, danke schön, bitte schön. Now you could say danke and bitte can also mean you're welcome. Dankeschön, bitteschön, or they can be interchanged. So you can say Dankeschön, bitteschön, Dankeschön, bitte, depending on how much you want to thank them. You're welcome. Bitte. Bitte, as you know, can also mean please. It can also mean you're welcome. So danke, bitte, Dankeschön, bitteschön. Both of those mean you're welcome. Bitte and bitteschön. Good use of a word. You can use it in several places. So again, bitte can mean please, bitte can mean pardon, bitte can mean go on ahead, bitte schön can mean you're welcome, bitte on its own can also mean you're welcome in the context of thanking. If somebody thank you for doing them a favor, you could say bitte, danke, bitte, or danke schön, bitte schön. Moving on from there, you're heading towards the restaurant or a cafe and you want to attract the attention of the waiter. One way of doing that, bitte schön, bitte schön. So now you've attracted the attention of the waiter and they have come to serve your meal. The waiter will put the dish on the table and he'll say, or the waitress, and you'll say, bitte schön. I always think those of you who know Italian or who are Italian out there will say prego. And this bitte and bitte schön and prego, there's a huge amount of connection to the two words. After that, we've got a few more words that we want to be able to say, let's say, don't mention it. For example, I have nix zu danken. Nix zu danken. Nix zu danken. That literally means nothing to thank you for. Nix zu danken. Nothing to thank you for. Also, we have keine Ursache. Keine Ursache. Now, keine Ursache means don't mention it at all. Keine Ursache. No cause for thanking me. Keine Ursache. A very simple one. Ja, gerne. Ja, gerne. Gerne. You did something, no problem. And speaking of which, you can say kein Problem. Kein Problem. For those of you who are English speaking out there, it's spelled the same, but remember capital P. Kein Problem. Another one is gern geschehen. Gern geschehen. Gern geschehen. Mein Vergnügen. My pleasure. Mein Vergnügen. My pleasure. Depending on what part of the country you're in. Ja, freilich. Of course. Ja, freilich. Of course. Or ja, klar. Ja, klar. Now we go through those words again because they're quite hard and you need to be saying them a few times. So I said, nichts zu danken. Now you say that now. Nichts zu danken. Keine Ursache. All one word. I'm just overpronouncing it so that you get it. Keine Ursache. Don't mention it. Ursache. It's as if there was a W there, but there isn't. Keine Ursache. Then you have gern geschehen. Gern geschehen. You're very welcome. Or gerne. Gerne. You're happy to do it. Gerne. Mein Vergnügen. Mein Vergnügen. My pleasure. Oh, did I mention? Jederzeit. Anytime. Jederzeit. Anytime. Jederzeit. Anytime. Now say, for example, if I said, darf ich hier sitzen? May I sit here? And somebody could say, ja, freilich. Of course. Ja, freilich. Or, ja, klar. Of course. We'll go through it again. You have bitte. Bitte schön. You could also have bitte sehr, which means the same as bitte schön. And then you have the answer to danke schön, bitte schön or bitte sehr, or all the different ways of saying don't mention it or no problem at all. Kein Problem, no problem, mein Vergnügen, keine Ursache, nichts zu danken, jederzeit. And then, of course, ja freilich, na klar. On to the next. You've gone into the shop, you want to buy something, you just go walking into the shop. The shopkeeper might say to you, bitte schön, as a way of helping, of asking you if you need any help. Bitte schön. So that brings us to an end of that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But I have my 2 extra phrases for those who have listened to the very end. Können Sie mir bitte helfen? Können Sie mir bitte helfen? Could you help me, please? Können Sie mir bitte helfen? Could you help me, please? Bitte warten Sie. Please wait. Bitte warten Sie. Now, you often hear that on the telephone, because sometimes can be quite annoying when you have to wait to be connected. Bitte warten Sie. And the last phrase, using the verb bitten, which I mentioned before, ich bitte Hilfe. I am asking for help. Ich bitte Hilfe. I am asking for help. Das wäre alles. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want any further lessons, take a look at my email address and contact me via my email address. Auf Wiedersehen und tschüss.